Hello and welcome to this is gonna get some taking used to, guys. Not so neurotypical fitness podcast. Yes, as you will have seen by the name, we are no longer the Lift Your Life podcast. The Lift Your Life podcast has gone into retirement, and the Lift Your Life podcast will always be my baby. And for you guys who have been here since day one, a huge thank you for being part of the journey with it. But we are here with a new name, a new vibe, and this podcast episode is going to be ultimately a full explanation as to why. I mean, I'm always so curious when people make business changes and life shifts. We're all just nosy creatures at heart. But I want to just explain my why because it wasn't one of those ADHD impulsive things. Like, this has been a lot of thought, a lot of consideration, a lot of very challenging moments along the journey. But it is a decision that I am so happy to have made, and I cannot wait to take you guys along for the journey. Now, just on this note, like, some of you are going to be here who have been here a long time, who have been part of Live Your Life for months, years, and you might get to this point and think, you know what, no, this is not for me. I don't resonate, I don't relate, I'm not interested. And that is absolutely okay. And I just want to say to every single one of you guys, I mean, you probably won't be listening to this because you probably switched off already, but a huge thank you for being part of my incredible journey with my business, with my coaching so far. It has been incredible. And every single person, every client, every person I've spoken to in DMs, podcast listener, you've changed my life, and I cannot thank you enough. But some of you will be curious, maybe you are neurodivergent, but maybe you just want to follow along, and that's absolutely okay. Some of you just want to know, why am I shifting? And that's okay. But some of you are about to feel right at home and feel like you found your space. And this is exactly why we're here with this podcast. And this is exactly why there is a change of direction with Lift Your Life. So let's go into the why. Like, why the hell am I doing this? So if we go right back to the start of my PT online fitness coaching career, I still remember it crystal clear. That light bulb moment I had where I was like, I just want to help people. I I know that fitness and helping people with their fitness has changed my life in more ways than I can even describe. And I just knew, I had this feeling that this is what I want to do and I really want to help people. I had so much fire, so much energy, so much vision, and I was just so excited to get in that gym, on the gym floor, helping people, because getting started with fitness completely changed me. It was one of the first things that I would say was really true self-development for me, because it helped me find focus that felt healthy. It made me feel comfortable and confident in my body and myself more than I ever have. And it just gave me so, so, so much. It gave me friendships. It gave me health. It gave me energy. It gave me, the list goes on. The list goes on. And I have always made decisions in my business, from deciding to leave as a personal trainer to moving online to changing from, your typical before and after photos to being more holistic and looking at relationship with food and mindset. Like, I've always made decisions based on, what do I believe is going to have the most significant impact on people's lives. Like, every decision for me has always been mission led, of how can I impact, how can I help people in a way that feels good to me, in a way that I know is going to make a huge difference. A huge difference. I'm not like, well, I'm not neurotypical, but I'm also not your typical fitness coach. Those of you who are inside the fitness industry listening to this will know that there are a very high percentage of people who get into fitness, who get into the industry, get sucked into the money, the glitz, the glamour, and then just start to become a business owner at heart and just delegate everything, AI, automate. And that's fine if that's what you want to do. But for me, I'm happy to be, quote unquote, in the trenches, work long hours, if I know that it's helping people, if I know that it's making a significant impact on people's lives. That's who I am. That's my values. But I would say for the last couple of years, but more specifically the last few months, I've really felt it. I've just felt kind of trapped. I've tried different angles with my coaching. I've tried different messages and different programs, and nothing just felt like it was clicking, and nothing was, for me, giving the level of impact that I desire. From a purely selfish perspective, impact to me is helping people on a deep level, but also helping people on a broad level. Because I know that I'm a one-man band and I can only coach so many people at a set time, and change so many lives in that capacity at a given time. I refuse to be that person that's got 70 plus clients saying that you can give it, and you can't, right? It's not possible. It's not possible without burning yourself out and being there, done that, got the t-shirt. That's not for me. But I wanted to be able to really help people on a broad scale too, with my content, with course, in whatever capacity I can, because there's so many ways that we can do it, right? And it just felt like I was just another face in the crowd, because ultimately weight loss and overcoming emotion, there's so many people doing it. I just felt like a number in the void. And for me, it just wasn't enough. I just didn't feel like I was meeting my purpose, my destiny, if that's how you want to describe it. It might sound cheesy, might sound corny as fuck, but that's how it felt. It just felt like there was just not, this isn't it. Like, you know, when you have those like feelings that you can't describe, that intuition, that gut feeling that's like, there's more, there's something. And I've always been led by that, because it's always led me to awesome things. And for me, it was like, there's something bigger waiting for you, Lucy. There's something more for you. And at the same time of having these like epiphany, deep thought moments, I was sharing a lot more of my journey again online with my neurodivergent struggles, because I had had a light bulb moment speaking to one of my clients actually, that I might be autistic as well as ADHD. And when I started to speak about it, because I've always been transparent about my journey, I started to naturally talk about ADHD a little bit more again, because I thought, oh yeah, I realized that this is a big thing that a lot of my audience struggle with. It's resonated before, so it just kind of reminded me ultimately to start talking about it again. And something just incredible happened. Like, the more that I spoke about it, the more I was just getting messages from people in my client base, you guys on social media, asking for resources, asking for help, relating to my content more. The engagement went up, you know, the ask for support went up. And it just kind of gave me this idea, like, right, there's so many people out here that either have ADHD or autism, that have struggled with fitness, or maybe resonate with it and feel lost. And so obviously, me being me, wanting to help people, I just started to talk about it more and more, because I thought, if this is helping people, I want to do it more. If this is helping people, I want to do it more. And that was it. You know, I just kept, I think I didn't know what I wanted to do, whether it was going to be a course, whether it was going to be, I actually started another podcast. I just knew there was something more that I could do to help people, whilst obviously still running with your life and the way that it was and the way that it is. Because so many women were coming to me, so many people were saying, look, I feel different. This is exactly how I feel. I felt like a failure, and it just felt amazing. It just felt so good. And I just knew I didn't know what, that there was something about this that just felt right. Now, at that time, I received, and I'm not going to say who and I'm not going to say what, but I got a comment about the content that was quite honestly really hurtful. A comment about the content where someone that in my life I really loved and respected put me down about it and made me feel like a bad person when I'd done nothing wrong. And it stung a lot. And if you know, with ADHD, autism, RSD, my brain was spiraling like hell. I was like, wow, am I a bad person? What's going on? What's going on? And I just had all these thoughts. But me being the person that I am now, I don't let criticism, I don't let judgment, I don't let other people's perceptions stop me getting after things. I always take those things as fuel rather than water putting out the fire. And it kind of just lit this spark in me. I was like, well, do you know what? If you're going to say something like, I'm going to fucking prove you wrong, or I'm going to show you. It kind of gave me this almost like rebellion energy. That little rebel came out of me. And I was like, right, well, what if I just went all in on this? And it was just an idea. So what if I went all in on this? What if I became an ADHD or a neurodivergent specialist coach? And that was like a seed planted that grew, you know, like Jack and the Beanstalk, or the beanstalk grows overnight and it's huge. That's what it felt like. Like, literally, I went to bed one night, woke up the next morning, I was like, whoa, all these ideas and visions just came out of nowhere. And I just thought, like, what if I can become that person that I needed, that these women need, that leader, that role model? Because there isn't a female powerful leader, role model in the fitness space. There's amazing ADHD and autism coaches. There are a few people talking about it, but there isn't anyone out there talking about it the way that I've been talking about it, who's not letting it become a reason to not achieve the goals. Because I am living, breathing proof that you can have balance, have freedom, have confidence, break free from feeling broken and stuck with a neurodivergent brain in a neurotypical world. And what if I became a leader for that? Someone that could work with people closely, but also through my content and through, I mean, I've got ideas, guys. I've got ideas coming out of my eyeballs. What if I could be that person? And that's when I just knew that I was just done. Done fitting into the old box, doing what was safe, doing what was comfortable, doing what was familiar. Not because I don't love it, because when, a client comes into my world and I can support them, it's the best feeling. But I just knew there was more. I just knew I was made for bigger things, and that was where the spark came. Lucy, you can become the coach for neurodivergent women in the fitness space. So go make it happen. Don't let the safety, the familiarity of what you're doing right now, which is a very successful business, which works and is helping people, stop you from getting after something bigger, a dream, a vision, a movement that can change not just the fitness industry, but the whole space of neurodivergent, all that community, women's lives, the generations to come. That mission just felt right in my gut. So here we are. So if you are a neurodivergent woman, or you identify, this is a space where even if you identify and you're not formally diagnosed, because diagnosis can be an absolute roller coaster and a mission to get, even get seen and heard for. I want you to know that you are just wired differently. You're not broken. It's not wrong with you. Your brain is just wired a certain way. The same way that I'm going to make out like I know what computers and cars are wired like, but everything is wired uniquely. And fitness is often sold as this one size fits all mold, and usually it's neurotypical. It will work for a neurotypical brain. And I've seen it so many in my times in my journey, my neurodivergence client journey, this feeling of what the fuck is wrong with me? Why is it that I can start so strong with so much energy and motivation and then feel like I'm falling off? Why is it that I feel like I've got no willpower and control around food, even though I know that I want to lose weight? Why is it that when I start something, I become so obsessed that it becomes my entire personality and takes over my life? Why is it that planning the gym and food, something so simple, feels impossible? Why? And I don't want women feeling stuck and broken, and coaches and other trainers and the industry making you feel like you just don't want it bad enough. Or you're lazy, you're not motivated, you're picky. Because you're not. You're just trying strategies and methods and tools that don't work for your brain. So of course, there's going to be barriers. If you've never understood how to get over the barriers, how do you expect yourself to? And I want to provide you guys with the knowledge, the guidance, the expertise and support to know that you can fucking do this. Not only can you get your goal, but you can thrive. And you just need to know how to work with your brain and body and not against it. And that is what this change is about. And that is ultimately what this podcast is going to be about. It isn't going to be your typical #calorie deficit, #reps in reserve and training intensity and protein. This is going to be a space where I'm going to show you how it is that you can thrive as neurodivergent in a neurotypical world, in fitness and beyond. I've got some awesome, incredible guests lined up in the neurodivergent space to provide you with stories of motivation, empowerment, education. So you can learn so much about yourself and your brain better than you ever have. And I'm going to use the word again, and just ultimately thrive. And the idea of this podcast is I can only work with a handful of one-to-one clients. I am close to capacity again, and I know very soon I will be at capacity again. But this podcast and my content, I know, can help as many people that find my page and follow me. This is bigger than just fitness coaching for me. This is bigger than X amount of K months and buying nice things and, being a successful businesswoman. This is about changing the whole conversation around fitness with neurodivergent brains. Like, this is a mission. And if you are resonating, whether you are neurodivergent or not, I am excited to take you on this mission with me and make some impact. So here we are. This is just the start of a very exciting story, a very exciting journey. And if you are here for this, you are ready to do fitness in a way that honors how you're wired. If you're tired of feeling broken, I cannot wait to build this chapter with you. And I cannot wait to show you how possible it is for you to thrive.